Hi, everyone. My name is Sophia Johnson, and I work for the University of Texas at Austin. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about myself and how I found myself working in the College of Natural Sciences with science students and science researchers, and a little bit about the obstacles I've faced and how I've learned to overcome them. And I hope that's encouraging to you. And I hope to see some of you at the University of Texas very soon. So I graduated from UT with my degree in chemistry in 2012. And to be honest, I kind of thought that was the end of my science career because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Um, but then I was able to work with some amazing professors here, developing some curriculum for their chemistry classes, their introductory chemistry classes, and working with student leaders helping to mentor and tutor newer students. What I learned about myself is that I really love science, and what I really love about science is how it gives people tools to see the world around them in a different way. And so being part of educating others in learning about science and learning that they can see the world around them in these new ways. And so, what I've been doing ever since is finding myself in positions of education or mentorship in science. I love watching people figure out that they can, in fact, do it. It's very hard on day one to feel like you know you're going to be successful in biology 101 or chemistry 101 because you're learning something new. But by the end of it, if you stick with it, you start to build up an idea in your head about how the world works in a way that you never knew before, which is really awesome. So I chose to do what I do now, which is I work for a program called the Inventors Program at UT, giving students resources and classes to help them be inventors, science inventors. And you can be one too, which is really cool because a lot of times we don't always think of ourselves as inventors, but if you have an idea and you have a little bit of help with finding supplies and making sure your ideas are feasible, um, then you can be an inventor too. So we take science students and train them up to think about how do they take the science they've learned about and actually apply it to a tangible, real solution in real life. Maybe that looks like a cool drone that can sense whether or not it's a bad day to be outside, or maybe it's something that you can wear that monitors your stress hormones, making sure that you're making sure that you're not too stressed out. Or maybe it's a new technique to measure whether or not you have antibodies for a virus. And these are all things that students who are 19 and 20 years old are building on their own, and we're just supporting them along the way. So again, I love watching people be able to take what they are learning and see how it applies to the world around them, and taking kind of ownership of that. So that's what led me into what I do now, and science in general I have learned to love because again it gives you the tools to understand what's going on around you and then think of new ideas. So when you understand chemistry and biology, which a lot of you probably already do just by being humans, you have a little bit of understanding, you can start to build new ideas from that if you understand how different pieces of the world kind of work together. And you can play around and say like, well, maybe this will work, and you can maybe create something new from that, which is really fun. So science allows you to understand the world in deeper and different ways, and then you can be creative with that once you learn a little bit about it. And the best thing is you're never done learning. Science has always got more to learn and try out and do, and so none of us are experts. We're all learners. Even people who've been PhD researchers for 40, 50 years, they still have a lot to learn, and they'll tell that to you when you talk to them. Some of the obstacles I faced is really my own self, feeling like I could never be smart enough or fast enough or quick enough. But again, what I've learned now that I've been working with some researchers and students is that none of us really have everything figured out. There's, like I said, there's always more to learn. So the biggest obstacle is feeling like I need to have it all figured out. I need to know all of chemistry before I can start doing some project or call myself a chemist or a scientist. And that's just not true. So the biggest piece of advice that I would have is when you feel that sense of, oh, I don't know if I'm qualified enough, or I'm not sure if I have it all together, encourage yourself, remind yourself of how you've been successful in other things that you've done. Um, Building relationships is just as important in science and any field that you do as is the actual research or the actual building of something. So if you're really good at making friendships work or collaborating with others, remind yourself of your skills that you do have, and those can contribute to your success in whatever you decide to do, even if it's something that you're not skilled at right now. It's hard, it's much easier said than done. So something that I try and do is have my physical chemistry textbook. A lot of times I don't know how to do these problems, but I encourage myself to try them anyway. And when I make a mistake, or when I get something kind of a little bit off, what I'm learning to do, and I'm learning just as you are, is to enjoy the process of getting something wrong, because that allows me to go back and see how I can do it differently and learn something in the process and enjoy that process of learning. So don't wait until you have it all figured out before you feel like you can start something new. Um, Everyone is a learner. Everyone is trying to figure out how to move forward in their understanding. And a lot of people are really excited and happy to help you in that process and to learn alongside you. So I'm Sophie. I work for the Inventors Program at UT. You can be an inventor too, and I hope that we see you here or somewhere else across the university or somewhere else across the nation. You can do a lot of things with a little bit of motivation, some encouragement, some great friends. You can be a scientist, you can be a business owner, you can be an excellent teacher, you can be engineer, you can be a lot of different things. And we here at UT encourage you in all of that. So signing off, hook 'em horns, and we'll hope to see you soon.